the animals into the zoos, then we are doing a discrimination. We are just taking one of the barracuda and just showing it in a zoo. And what about the thousands of barracudas? They are hunted in all around the world. Then we are making a big discrimination here. If it's good for animals and if we are taking care of the animals, then let's put all of the animals into the zoos and make it a huge entertainment wallet. And therefore the argument was about education. Do we get educated by seeing everything? We are having. I'm graduated with an environmental engineering department, and I didn't see how exactly the wastewater treatment is being by seeing my eyes. I read them from the books. I use the internet, and by using the internet, with one click, you can see the whole details of the smallest species in the environment, and you don't need to see them. And there are some animals you cannot even see with your eyes. And now I would like to highlight our arguments again. Our first argument was about moral. We are saying that we are taking the animals and we are in the 21st century and we are doing something not conforming with the human behavior. We are taking them and torturing them. Yes, please.
Don't you find that it's immoral by the human being to go and hunt the elephants for their horns? Isn't that immoral?
Yeah, we find it immoral, but there are thousands of animals are hunted. And what do you think about it? You just take one elephant and put it to the cage. What are the other 999 and hunt animals?
No, we try and take all the animals.
No, you don't take all elephants. It's impossible. There are thousands of elephants in the world. And our second argument was in the environmental aspect. We are damaging the environmental chain. And actually the opposition team didn't make any rebuttal to this point. And we give an example about the snake and rat and how it can damage even the agriculture in a community. And our third argument was creating pollution. And we emphasize that thousands of people are visiting these places and because it became an entertainment wallet. And we believe that if we spend this money in our fourth argument, which is economical perspective, if we choose to spend those money which are spent into zoos, to spend them in, I don't know, establishing an NGO just for animal rights and for education, educating the young people about animals, no thank you, it will be more helpful for the whole of the world. And also the team has highlighted that using animals for bags and using animals for fuels, and isn't there any contradiction with training people and using the animals in those stuff? We would like to again conclude with why affirmative team will win this debate, because we believe that putting an animal to a small cage in a zoo is morally, environmentally, and economically not appropriate. Thank you.
I would like to thank the third affirmative speaker for her speech and call the third negative speaker.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the third speaker of the opposition, and I will try to show you how zoos actually cause more good than harm. First of all, I will try to rebuttal all the four arguments of the proposition, which are moral argument, damaging environment, industrialization of environment, and how it is actually non-environmentally beneficial. And then I will talk about my own arguments, which is extinction hunting, education, and actually providing animals a safe life. So first of all, to the moral argument. They stated that we've been actually removing them from nature, which is really, really unmoral because they have really good circumstances in nature. What we have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, is that no matter if they stay in nature or if they are in a zoo, people affect them, because what people do, people pollute air, people pollute seas, people pollute all the environment, people put pesticides on grass the animals eat, and people actually pollute this environment, which is, according to proposition, supposed to be good for man, but it's actually not. For example, take ice melting, which is caused by climate change. What would be better for a polar bear example? Die in ice-melted Greenland, or be in a zoo? Maybe not the perfect one, but still better than ice-melting Greenland for him. droughts in savannas and all that stuff. Actually, zoos are protecting animals from the climate change, because maybe they are not so perfect, but still they are better than what climate change has caused to the animals, and zoos are, according to this, better environment for them than this actual environment caused by climate change. So to the second argument about the damaging environment. First of all, now I showed you how actually environment is already damaged, and how zoos are helping to at least save the environment, at least save some animals, and at least save some environment. And they stated that we are destroying food chain by removing animals from it. Actually, I don't believe that if you take 1 or 2 animals from food chain, which they would actually probably die as well, even if they weren't removed because of the climate change, that if you remove 1 or 2 animals from the food chain, it is going to create a whole catastrophe for the world. Actually, these animals would die as well because of the climate change, and even if they didn't and we took them to the zoo, removing 1 or 2 of them isn't going to cause a whole catastrophe for the food chain. No, thank you. Now to the argument of pollution, eating, coming, and having entertainment. Well, actually, as I stated in my first rebuttal, we pollute and eat and industrialize the whole world, not just the areas near to the zoos. We are doing this to the whole world, and animals can't survive without the help of people, because they actually, as I provided examples of ice melting and droughts, they're actually living in a bad environment in nature. What zoos do is protecting them from these bad circumstances. So to the economical argument. How I showed you in the 3 arguments, it is worth money to protect these animals from the climate change and from what the climate change causes to them, and it is actually better for them to live in the zoo